not anti the church at all.
No.
And the lady I spoke to in Blackwell's, before I sort of said too much, I did notice she had a cross around her neck. And she said, we need to have a conversation. It's not us against them, you've got to open the communication, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. Well, the church, like the status quo, if you look at the Vatican, where it's sort of run by Masons and men and patriarchal, I think that's a big problem. And people are resistant to change. And, as my niece, who's a strong Christian, said, it shook the foundation of her beliefs, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. She started in Egypt after she fled from Judea after the crucifixion. Joseph of Arimathea promised Jesus he would look after Mary Magdalene because she was with child. And they went to Alexandria, where she'd been to mystery school as a young woman, because she was from a wealthy family, and she was very well educated. She was very intelligent. Most of the apostles couldn't read and write, so that's another reason that I think Mary Magdalene very likely to have been involved in the writing of these. So, and then she went to the south of France when she was betrayed by one of the apostles. And it's acknowledged down there that Mary Magdalene was there. They have the Church of the Marys, Saint Marie de la Mer. And they have a cave that's guarded by a Benedictine monastery up above Marseille. You can go and visit it. And it's a very powerful experience I had anyway. She went to Glastonbury, because Joseph of Arimathea, he was a very wealthy tin merchant, and he sailed all over the world. In fact, apparently he took Jesus when Jesus was a sort of teenager, when he was much younger. And he said he wanted to take Mary Magdalene there. And that's where they built the first church in England. It's called St. Mary's. But everybody's called Mary in the Bible, so people don't know whether it's Mother Mary, Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, Mary Bethany, so there is some confusion, but when we went to Glastonbury, we parked in Magdalene Street, and the church was the Church of Mary Magdalene, so for me, it was quite clear. Well, I think there's a lot of similarity in that, it's sort of following the way of the heart, following the way of virtue, and sort of staying away from the vices. They led a very ascetic life, and I don't think that would appeal to many people in this day and age. But certainly when I go to the ashram in Bali, we have wonderful food, and we sing and we dance, and I feel like it's a sort of a contemporary experience of an early Christian community, and that's why I feel so happy there. It's in the foothills of Mount Agung on the edge of the jungle in eastern Bali. So it's not on any tourist destination, and Ratu has a worldwide following. Only 1,000 students, but you can just see him, and he says, if you want to learn, I'm available 24/7. He's a very humble man, and I would recommend a visit.